How do you know what the leading coefficient is when you're trying to evaluate one of these functions? Right? And so the first thing that you're going to do is you need to find your factors based on what happens to your intercepts, your zeros. So I have two zeros that I can see here. I have a 0 at x minus a negative 2, so x plus 2, and a 0 at x minus 1. There's my two zeros. And then based on my rules for multiplicity, in each of these cases, it bounces off, correct? So what's my power going to be for each one? Squared. So this is what I know. What I don't know is what this a value is, and that seems to be the question. You guys are good on how to get your factors, but then what happens here? Well, in order to find what a is, what you then need to do is locate a point where you can see where it intersects on your graph, okay, on the grid line. So I have this point right here, 0, negative 4. So that's the point I'm going to use. And I'm going to plug in a 0 for x. And I'm going to plug in the corresponding negative 4 for y. And then I'm going to solve for a. And so if I take my calculations here, and I use my solve feature, and I type in solve, in this case, negative 4 equals, I'm going to go ahead and use a times, and I'm just going to type in what I have, 2 squared times negative 1 squared. And then I'm going to solve for a, and I get my answer of negative 1. So I got a to be negative 1. So when I write my equation, I'm going to use this form, f of x is equal to, and I'm going to replace a with whatever that happens to be. So negative 1, x plus 2 squared, x minus 1 squared. And so that is going to be my solution.